Honestly, the most terrifying thing about the US potentially going to war is that the draft would be men ages 18 to 25. Have you guys ever met an 18 to 25-year-old man? The first thing he's gonna do is ask you for your Snapchat. The best thing an 18 to 25-year-old man in this country potentially has going on right now is a semi-permanent DJ residency at his local bar. They cannot be representing my country on a global scale.
A long-lost love letter reunited with the GI who wrote it. Bill Moore was only 20 years old when he wrote a love letter to a young woman back in 1944.
But soft, what light through yonder window breaks, it is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Hopefully you read this passage in junior high school when you were studying Romeo and Juliet. It's a reminder that the blue pill has always been with us. We spend a lot of time speaking down on the blue pill, but as I grow and become more mature, I guess, I can see the place for the blue pill. Take this, for example.
This letter comes from Samuel Cable, and he was a private in the 55th Massachusetts Infantry, and he was enslaved before he joined the army. He was 21 years old at the time, and they found his letters. The letter goes, "Dear wife, I have enlisted in the army and I am now in the state of Massachusetts, but before this letter reaches you, I will be in North Carolina. And though great is the present national difficulties, yet I look forward to a brighter day when I shall have the opportunity of seeing you in the full enjoyment of freedom."
He met Bernadine while on furlough as a soldier during World War II. Bill and Bernadine eventually married and were together for more than 60 years.
I'd like to know if you're still in slavery. If you are, it will not be long before we shall have crushed the system that now oppresses you. For in the course of 3 months, you shall have your liberty.
Sarah, my love for you is deathless. It seems to bind me with mighty cables that nothing but omnipotence can break. And yet my love of country comes over me like a strong wind.
Great is the outpouring of the colored people that is now rallying with the hearts of lions against this very curse that has separated you and me. Yet we shall meet again, and oh, what a happy time that will be when this ungodly rebellion shall be put down and the curses of our land is trampled under our feet.
That the stranger had found a letter in an old record sleeve and was determined to return it to its writer. When Bill held that letter in his hands, he was overcome with emotion.
So lovely, darling, that I often wonder how it is possible that you're mine.
I am a soldier now, and I shall use my utmost endeavor to strike at the rebellion and the heart of the system that so long has kept us in chains. Remain your own affectionate husband until death, Samuel Cable.
When God willing, we might still have lived and loved together and see our boys grown up to honorable manhood around us. If I do not return, my dear Sarah, never forget how much I loved you, nor that when my last breath escapes me on the battlefield, it will whisper your name.
When he wrote that letter to Bernadine, he had no way of knowing she would become his wife. Bill's daughter says the letter is just one example of the true love the two shared together.
And what happened to Samuel Cable and his love for his wife? Well, Samuel Cable returned to Missouri for his wife, and together they moved to Denver, Colorado.
As you can hear, the common thread in all of these stories is that there is a blue pill tint to all of these letters because the blue pill is necessary. We may not feel like it is or may not want to admit that, but for the average guy, how can you motivate him to do the difficult things that are necessary sometimes to move civilization forward if he doesn't have someone that he loves that is the light in the tunnel that's going to help him get through the most difficult times, especially when you're talking about warfare? And in all of these examples, you hear men writing letters to their wives, expressing how much they miss them and what they're willing to sacrifice for a greater good, one, and how much they want to fight through that to see them too. But what happens when men don't have that anymore? Could it possibly even be a security risk for a country?
We're going to war with Iran. They rejected all peace talk, so you know what that means.
This nigga said we. Nigga, you in the wrong country, son. We don't speak French over here.
They cannot be representing my country on a global scale.
Oh my God. What happened to him? What was it? What's going on? Oh my God.
You like I said, Sergeant Moore, you like a perfect fit for this war, man. If you just sign your name right here, we'd be deployed by tomorrow.
Nah, I can't.
Sir, just real quick, sir. It's a $50,000 signing bonus.
No, I can't do that. I'm not built for that.
Sign your name right here, you'd be deployed by tomorrow.
Yeah, not happening, buddy.
Why not?
You're bugging. What am I about to do in the Army?
We're gonna kill some people, we're gonna shoot some people up.
No, not happening. I'm cooked.
What do you mean you're not cooked, bro? You got what it takes, bro. You look fit and everything, man. I know you.
I'm not fighting. I'm not doing that.
You like a perfect fit for this war, man.
I'm okay.
You said, huh?
I'm okay, but I
Hold
appreciate
on, just
it.
real quick. You like a perfect fit. You work out?
Nah, I don't know.
Bro, we just need you to hold a gun. Just hold it just a little bit, bro. We don't even need you. Because I got better to do.
A lot of other things.
Like what? Like what? I gotta hear this. I always like hear this. Work in school? You could do that over there in the Army. And there's a $50,000 signing bonus.
$50,000 sounds nice, but I'll get it another way.
Excuse me. Y'all like a perfect fit for the war.
Oh shit, you serious? But I appreciate your service though.
Okay.
I definitely do.
But I need y'all service. Y'all not.
It ain't for me though, I'm sorry.
What was it? What's going on? Oh my God.
With so many skits going around these days, it's very possible that this also is a skit, but I do believe the reactions of the gentleman are real. And you can see a kind of reluctance in guy after guy for making that sacrifice of putting yourself in harm's way to serve the country. But that reluctance is not something that most men really have a choice about in times of great need. You saw in the past love letters, men that were involuntarily or voluntarily serving the country, they were writing those love letters back to those women and enduring the hardships that we should always exalt for all of the people who have chosen or didn't choose to serve the country and risked life and limb or actually gave up their lives to help all of us enjoy the freedoms that we have. But when you have that added extra incentive of that young lady that is at home waiting for you, writing letters back to you, that's that little bit of effort that gets you through that difficulty. But what happens if you have a country, a society that simply does not respect the men making those sacrifices? What happens then?
I want to be celibate. Being celibate is more so for clarity. I just want to have understanding. I want to make sure that I'm making the right choices, the right decisions, and I'm not being, brain fogged while I'm being brain fogged.
You want me to fail. I'm not going to be here dry. Oh, you sound crazy as hell.
No.
You know what?
No, you didn't even let me finish out the plan.
I don't even need to hear nothing else you got to say.
So
just say you don't want to your husband.
I'm talking about
crazy as hell. Okay.
I said that women, ultimately, we are making the choice to not keep children sometimes. And I'm saying to you, that could be true. However, what are the factors that are leading us up to do this? And you're saying...
It's just women.
Is this fact-based or is this your opinion?
Women hold all of reproduction rights in America. Men do not hold any reproductive rights in America. So how is it men's fault?
They play every part in that.
Would you rather date a 5'5" nigga with money or a 6'4" broke nigga?
6'4" broke nigga. We can work on that.
6'4" broke nigga?
6'4" broke nigga. Capital B, like this is broke.
I'm gonna motivate him to get his shit together. I'm not gonna have nobody my height telling me what to do. How you gonna be the man and I'm looking at you eye to eye? I need somebody to look up to.
But he not gonna have no money. You looking up to a broke nigga.
The best thing an 18, 25-year-old man in this country potentially has going on right now is a semi-permanent DJ residency at his local bar. They cannot be representing my country on a global scale.
What's going on? Oh my God.
In the aftermath of birth control pills, Title IX, Roe versus Wade, and then new technologies like the internet bringing us dating apps and social media, the dynamic between men and women in the West have changed considerably. And so now the young ladies that are turning down men and calling themselves baddies have a different look than they would have had years before. For average men of average height and average means, the bar to entry for modern dating has never been higher, as more and more young ladies are looking for an elevation in lifestyle. And the prize for the average man, even the valor of coming back having won a war, may have never been lower.
Hey, they might not have central heat and air, carpet, dish washers, but I'm gonna tell you this: they probably still happy over there. They still having it. Look like they still having the time of their life over there.
Something that's pretty hard to ignore when you watch either social media or media from Hollywood, television, otherwise, is that there's a common running theme that women do not like average men. Average men are looked down upon in a way that I could not have ever forecast in my lifetime. And many young ladies think that they want the $150,000, 6 foot above average guy, if you want to call him that. And so the valor of coming back having won a war will not make you a 6 foot, $150,000 guy. It will just make you a guy coming back from sacrificing your body and your health for a cause that should be respected by those same young ladies. And on the other side, your counterparts are fighting for young ladies that are hiding themselves in public and then showing you who they really are or what they really look like in private. In essence, they're fighting for something that is different for what guys in the West might be fighting for. And you could call it a security issue. You could call it a different of cultures. Whatever you want to call it, at some point you have to have a conversation about what is the motivation for the average guy that is getting looked down upon and being told how inadequate he is and how he cannot get any matches on a dating app. And then that young man is being told, now you need to go and risk your health, your life and limb for young ladies that don't think very much of you, but don't have to fulfill any obligations in this goings on. And you're going to fight against young ladies, men who are going to get a woman that's hiding herself in public, that is not doing the kinds of things that maybe Western civilization allows young ladies to do. And they're probably going to have a bit more motivation to lose their life, risk their life, than the guy who's going to end up essentially coming home to nothing. You saw one gentleman say, simply put, I'm not going to fight for a country where I have no HOES in. The only question I would ask is, how many young men of fighting age agree with that gentleman? We may find out in the days to come. Hopefully we don't. But if we do, what we can't do is say that we're surprised. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment below. Catch you next video. Take care, guys.